Are you looking to establish a food forest in your backyard? That's what we're trying to do here at our house, and we want to bring you guys along of how we're doing this with these garden vlogs. First of all, hi to all the new gardeners out there. My name's Lane Fornerat, aka Lane Vids, and we like to try and build a food forest here so that we can eat the food that comes directly from the earth, because it's the best for you, and hopefully we can show you guys how we're doing that. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. So I show this to you guys every time. We got our composter here. This is the Yimby Tumbling Composter. We got it on Amazon. I'll link it up down in the description. I think it's the best one at the best price. So if you guys want to check it out, y'all can go. I just put these paper clippings in there. You need carbon in your composter, and a good source of carbon is just paper. But I was watching a video last night that said the paper that you get in Amazon packages, that's just like that, it's like brown paper, it's made for like paper bag material. Shred that up and that makes for great compost. So if you way down in here, you can see all that brown. I put some of that in there because I just opened up a big Amazon package and it had some of that in there, so I'm excited to kind of see how this does. I noticed that this was kind of liquidy, it's kind of wet in there, so hopefully the brown will help absorb some of that and then compost down and work with it. And then on the other side, I filled this side with leaves. I've put so many leaves in there, I don't know what's going on. I haven't put anything on top, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. I do need to spin this thing. I haven't spun it in a while. And it's super heavy because it's so full. Y'all see how hard it is just to get that thing going if you haven't spun it in a while. That's one downside. They do make a composter. It's called I never can remember the name of it. I'll link it up down in the description. But it's got like handles on the side, and it's got styrofoam on the inside, so it all stays insulated and nice and hot. It's like a super expensive composter, probably the most expensive one I've ever seen. If you guys are interested, y'all should go and check it out. I've never read any of the reviews on that. I need to go read some of those reviews. All right, let's give this one more spin, and then I'm kind of curious to see how everything mixed up in there. Oh yeah, look, got a nice mix in there. Perfect. This side, you can't really tell much, so I don't know. So that's going to be the compost for the forest floor foundation. You need that good organic material in there so that your plants actually have something to thrive in. And then we like to go down, we got a compost facility here in Lafayette where they'll give you a load of free compost. All you have to do is drive your truck up there. So we get that and we spread that out. It's wood chips is what it is. And we spread that out over the garden and whatnot. Taking a look in this compost pile here, though, this is kind of like all the extra stuff that we need to get rid of. There's some weeds growing in here, but I think all this right here, I don't know if it's weed or if it's actually something growing from all those seeds that we had to throw away in here because they got molded because they were out in the rain. Still kind of looking to see what happens there, but there's that green there and there's that green there. We also have this right here, and those back there, and I'm pretty sure those are avocado plants maybe? I'm not 100%, but I've never seen these grow right here before, so this will be kind of interesting to see what exactly happens. And it's weird that there's so many of them too. Whenever the bin gets full, we throw our food scraps in here, and so that's kind of what we've been doing lately. That's why it's all food scrapped. I just need to dump some leaves over that, get with my neighbors and see if I can get some of that. So let's take a look at some of the trees that we have in the yard. We got this little guy right here. We got this at Earth Day one year. It was free, and he seems to be growing. It started off as just like a little stick about yay high, and so it's growing. It's just taking some time. You know, it takes time for trees to grow, so we're letting that thing do it. And then this, I don't know if y'all know the history behind the Satsuma tree. Have I ever told y'all? The traditional gift for anniversaries on the 4th year is fruit. And so instead of buying just fruit baskets or whatnot, we bought a fruit tree. And I'm noticing that there's some flowers that have just started developing there. So hopefully we might get something here. That'll be super exciting. I don't know. Do y'all know anything about that? We've never had, no, I take that back. We've had one satsuma grow on this tree. So hopefully we get something this coming year. Now Krista's been doing some planting. If y'all don't know, Krista's my wife. And in the box here, she planted a few things. We have some lettuce right here, all this greenery that's already started popping up. She planted this like maybe a week ago. And then I believe she planted some carrots right here along the sides and along this side. Y'all can see how many are there. She puts a lot of seed down and then she just thins it out as they start to grow. Take the ones that are doing the best. We need to get more dirt for this one here because she does have some stuff she wants to plant there. We just haven't gotten to it yet. We still have this funky radish right here from last year, and we're just letting it flower, so it's flowering right there. This is how ugly it is. It's a big giant root thing in the ground. What do you think about that, bud? And then this is the blueberry bush right here, and it is producing a ton of these little white blueberries right there that are hopefully going to turn. I've been seeing a lot of bugs and bees around there, so it's getting pollinated, which is great. So I'm super excited. Krista said that she saw a couple of blueberries somewhere down here that were starting to get really ripe, but I think maybe something may have gotten them, or she picked them, or I don't know. She said she saw some already. And then over here where these pepper...
Bee.
What?
I saw a bee.
You did? Was it super cool? Hold on, let me finish this. So we have the pepper plant here that we started growing a while back. And then Krista put more, look, some pea plants right here. It's really starting to come up right there. And they're gonna run across, up and down and across this trellis. She got a few of them. They're all starting to pop, which is nice. And then more carrots right here. She kind of did a pattern here. She made like L's, if you will. Against the fence. So we have carrot, then she did more lettuce leaf or spinach, and then more carrots right here, and then she did something else right here. I can't remember, but it's these little sprouts right there. I don't know if I can see that. You want to show me the bee?
Yeah.
All right, where's the bee? Is he still there?
Wait.
Uh-oh. Let me know if you see him again, okay?
Wait.
Oh wait, I see him right there. He's under there. I just saw him.
Where did he go?
I don't know, he must have flew out.
Oh!
Oh, there he went. So we have our other little compost bed here. It's just kind of doing its thing. The leaves are gonna mulch down. We might throw some wood chips on top of this that we get from that compost facility that I was telling you guys about. But we just haven't gotten a chance to get out there and do that. We also have this wire fence here that we've just stapled to the back of our wooden fence, and that makes a great trellis. So if you guys need some of this, you can buy this on Amazon. I'll link that up down in the description below. We just use a staple gun and stapled it in at each thing, and it works great, and it stayed up for the entire year because we started doing our food forest exactly a year ago today. One thing that I wanted to tell you guys about that I don't think I've ever mentioned, or if I have, it's been very infrequently, is that we have a rain barrel system here. We have the roof with a gutter, and then the water goes down into the barrel, and then we water most of our plants using rainwater, which is good. Rainwater's pretty doggone healthy as far as for plants. It's not potable for humans, but that's what we use. Might want to think about getting one of those. There's some really cool rain barrels out there on the market. I'll link some up down in the description below. There's one that I wanted to get a long time ago called a rainwater hog. It's just really expensive. Another update that we have is I got more leaves right here. So I kind of filled in this area right here. And then I also filled in back over here as well. So the trash pile is becoming more and more complete. We need to get a little bit right there. And then if y'all see all the dead sticks right there, those are all old tomato plants right there. And we have cleaned out these beds right here, which needed it desperately. So we that tomato plant that was growing back here was apparently pretty much dead. It just had a little bit of life to it, so we got rid of that. We still have pepper plants growing right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right there, right there, all the way down. And then Krista went in again and planted more seed, so we should have some more peas, I believe, growing back here. So that was super cool to see that they're already sprouting, and it's February. That's one great thing about growing in Louisiana, is that we have such a long growing season. I mean, we get sunshine in February and lots of water and whatnot, so things grow really well here. Here's the tomato bush. I'm calling it a bush now. These are those Mexican midget tomatoes, and it's doing tons of flowering, so I'm really interested to see how many tomatoes we get from this thing this year, because that thing has just kind of exploded over the winter, and it's supposed to be a perennial, so it's going to come back every single year, or it's going to stay every single year, so that's cool. And then we also noticed this little guy back here. Nice big tomato plant, and I believe this is a San Marzano tomato. So it's held its life through the winter time, which is super cool. So we'll have some extra big tomatoes right there as well. Coming around to the front, we have the blueberry bush that we planted right here whenever we uprooted some azaleas, and they are starting to bud right there, which is super exciting. We also have our apple tree right here. I put some leaves on the bottom here, and it looks like we have some leaf growing on the bottom, which is super exciting because this tree didn't do much last year, and hopefully we can see some growth from this thing this year. That'd be really cool. Looking over here at the other apple tree, not much growth going on here, but I did put the pile of leaves around it, hopefully get some good compost going into there, and just to kind of cover up some of the weeds and whatnot that were down there. And then we have our other blueberry bush right here, which again, like the other one, is getting tons of buds. So apparently the pollinators are working, and I think these two blueberry bushes in the next year or two are gonna really be producing, so that's super great. We still need to clean out our herb garden right here. It's the mint's growing, and I saw the parsley here is growing, but there's tons of weed in here that we just need to get rid of. Oh look, we got, I forget what these are. St. Joseph's lily maybe? I don't know what that is. So like I said, if you guys are interested in growing your own food and establishing a food forest in your backyard, make sure to click that subscribe button. Like I said, I'll put links to everything that we use to build our food forest over the year down in the description below. If you like travel vlogs, we also have another channel called the Travel Vlog Family. Would love it if you guys check that out. Thank you, growers, for watching, and remember, click that thumbs up and keep on growing and composting stuff. Bye.